Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. Central Statistics Office says Zambia only has 8 million eligible voters, contrary to the ECZ'S projected 9 million. Chief SHAKUMBILA says agriculture is key in unlocking the country's economic challenges. Details coming through after this commercial. Hello, have you heard about Msika? Do you know that you can advertise for as low as 150 kwacha for 30 seconds? Well, Msika is here. Advertise on Msika between 17 hours and 18 hours. Just tell us about the services that you offer and we'll gladly put you on the market. For more details, you can contact +260 953 995099. +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. Msika, allowing your business to grow. And now the media news in detail. The Zambia Statistics Agency has clarified that the estimated voter population eligible for the 2021 general elections is actually just over 8.4 million and 9 million as projected by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Zambia Statistics Agency Interim Statistician General Mulenga Msepa has actually admitted that there was limited engagement before the ECZ announced their intended target to register 9 million voters. Details in the following report.
Prior to the commencement of voters' registration exercise, there have been debates from different stakeholders concerning the voter eligibility population in the country, which saw the Electoral Commission of Zambia estimated to be 9 million. However, this afternoon, the Zambia Statistics Agency held a press briefing in which it cleared some error regarding the number of eligible voters in the country as Zambia plans for the general elections set for August 2021, saying it is critical to understand the population in question.
Is to promote the understanding of these statistics. And it's our hope through this, and you colleagues as our partners, you take it out, and most people are listening, that is a number that must be used if at all we have to talk about a legally projected number.
The agency has clarified that the estimated voter population eligibility for the 2021 general elections is just over 8.4 million and not 9 million as the target indicated by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
The agency has projected a total population of 17,885,422 people in 2020, and that's the starting point. In estimating the voting eligibility population, the agency has carried forward the eligibility population of 47% from the 2010 census results. This is on the assumption that the age structure does not change much between two census periods. In respect of the above, the 47% age structure was applied to all projected district populations and aggregated to come up with an estimate of eligible voters. And once you apply that for 7%, the agency comes up with an estimate of 8,414,839 eligible voters.
Miriam Kemba reporting for Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
In other news, Chief SHAKUMBILA of the Sela-speaking people of Shibuyunji district in Central Province has urged Zambians to take agriculture serious as it remains the only economic driver to unlocking the country's economic challenges. The chief further encourages government to take practical steps in growing the sector. The traditional leader made the call at his farm when he went to monitor progress of both the cultivation and planting. Details in the following report.
In his limping state, Chief SHAKUMBILA of the Sala-speaking people of Shibuyunji district in the Central Province has decided to leave the comfort of his palace to supervise agricultural work at his farm. The chief, in the company of the Queen, have lately been spending most of their time at the farm, cultivating and planting a variety of agricultural produces to ensure that they contribute favorably to the country's food basket in the 2020-2021 farming season. The Royal Highness says agriculture is the only key sector in unlocking the country's economic challenges.
There is a need to know that agriculture, the only thing a human being can do on earth. They have to do the farming to avoid hunger. If you don't do farming, what are you going to be eating on earth? We survive because of agriculture.
According to the chief, sidelining agriculture is simply saying the country continues to bleed economically as he urges Zambians to take up the challenge of farming.
This is what builds the economy of every country on earth. Every citizen where there is farming activity in the world must participate. We encourage people in our chiefdom to do farming because that's the only survival. Actually, like this season now, rains came at a good time and everybody's busy. That's why you have found me here. I can't stay home. This is the work I rely on.
Other than maize farming, the chief has also invested heavily in cattle, boasting of over 3,000 heads of animals at his ranch. The chief and the queen have separate fields, but they attend to all the farms with equal time and seriousness. The queen's farm is about 100 hectares, which most of it is being utilized on farming. Kalan Muchima reporting for Camnet News in Shibuyonji district.
The festive season is usually associated with illicit activities since time immemorial. High alcohol intake, illicit sex, drug abuse are some of the highly abused. All these acts, if not well regulated, contributes to the rise in HIV and AIDS. It is for this reason that the Commuter magazine, through its team leader, Lesaniso Mwanalunshi, is urging Zambians to safeguard themselves during this festive season.
The fight against HIV is not yet over, as there are some people who still do not want to pay attention to this deadly but manageable disease. Available figures show that Zambia has about 1.2 million people living with HIV. The necessity to bring everyone up to speed with the need to take preventive measures against HIV and adhere to treatment cannot be overemphasized. The AIDS Health Foundation, AHF, together with other stakeholders, including the Commuter magazine and the Lusaka City Council, have been implementing an initiative to raise awareness on HIV and COVID-19 in bus stations in the capital city through activities such as testing and counseling services. Men have been known to shun HIV testing and counseling services, and John Chilufya, who now knows his HIV status, shared his perspective as to why men usually avoid knowing their status and what led to his change of attitude.
At that fear, but because of the counselors, there's that encouragement that give me. That's when I decided now I should go for counseling, and I've been tested. It comes for them to come for counseling and testing for HIV. There's that fear. There's that fear for them to test, knowing that maybe they will discover that they're HIV positive. But it is for their own good that when you test and you know your status, you'll be treated, you'll be on medication, and you begin to live a normal life. Rather, you are not tested and then you continue spreading the virus.
Lusaka City Council Assistant District AIDS Coordinator Advisor Chimego Hamoya tells Camnet News in an interview that the activities being implemented in various bus stations in the city will complement the goal by the Lusaka City Council to end HIV by 2030 in line with its fast-track action plan.
If we are going market by market, it means that we are also trying to kill two birds with one stone, because we are going in markets, we're going in different places trying to test people. Because initially the purpose of the fast track is to make sure that we have people getting tested and to make sure that we have zero infections of the spread of HIV.
The Commuter magazine team leader Lesaniso Mwanalunshi has implored people to take precaution and stay safe during this festive season.
All other stakeholders involved in HIV prevention, other interventions, to scale up the testing and counseling services, because during this festive season, that's when we have so many people engaging in sexual activities. are happy that the response to this market from this bus station is good, and we hope come next year we'll take off from where we have left. We are encouraging other bus stations also to be sure that they mobilize their people to come forward to test so that we reduce the stage of HIV.
Knowing your HIV status means saving your life. So take that step and be part of the solution. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
In other news, residents of Katondo and Rewe areas of Kabwe have expressed gratitude to the government for the infrastructure development taking place in the area. The residents indicate that no sooner the president visited Kabwe than the road rehabilitation works commenced. The residents are also related with the ongoing construction of police posts and clinics within the two compounds. They state that such development contributes positively to the developmental agenda of the country. The locals have meanwhile demanded for the immediate opening of a public toilet constructed at Kalukungo Market, but the council is reported to have abandoned the facility as it was proven not to be economically viable.
President wesu balungu bavyo babombele pakuilivaishire balituwamishe komsebo then balibomba batuwamisha kona kliniki muno mukatondo tule batotela pakalamba pampanchito balebomba kali pano paka Kalukungu Market tuletotela pali toilet oba basatukulira pano nomba tapali ifile bombeka na ngufimo pantu tabaisula so tulekabila ifo toilet yambi okubomba so tulekabila na ifo fwe bana market bapano paka Kalukungu ukuti tulefo obwirantanshi pantu abanensu wose bale babombera bati ifwe tapali ifile chitika pano paka Kalukungu tuli bana market twawa bana market abakosa nombo obwirantanshi obo tulekabila kuli ba president wesu
ngweka advocate for national development and democracy mkwai twamfwa ukulila kwenu mwalondola bwino sana ife muleshingwana nafyo kutampila ukumuno kwebati toilet ilia bakula ba kanso lero bafiro okwisula pamulandi bagwakutira tawale bona mu prophet cyo basha bayisala iki cyamfuika takwa omuntu ngekala kwabula toilet no market tafino kwako panta pali toilet echo twamfwa ukuyishanya kwenu na mashi uyonsaya twamuno kwebati itipali tsoreka pali ifi cyakwa tokumuno kwati bayisula mukwangu.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, the headlines once again. Central Statistics Office says Zambia only has 8 million eligible voters, contrary to the ECZ'S projected 9 million. Chief Shakumbila says agriculture is key in unlocking the country's economic challenges. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Compliments of the season and good afternoon.